Yun Jai pinched Lu Yang's collar and waved it in front of his eyes, still not understanding the principle behind it. She released him. Lu Yang was equally perplexed. He had followed the senior sister's instructions and methods to perform the technique, but how could he end up using a completely different spell? This doesn't make sense. I'll demonstrate it again for you, Yun Jai said with a responsible demeanor, though her teaching skills were average. She was patient. Yun Jai took out an hourglass and placed it on the ground upside down. She then supported Lu Yang's shoulders as they both performed spatial jumping together. Lu Yang felt his surroundings shift, arriving in a strange space where vibrant light flowed from both sides. Instinctively, he reached for the light, but Yun Jai stopped him. That's an illusion caused by spatial distortion. Even if you were a core formation cultivator, you'd be torn to pieces and your soul scattered. Terrified, Lu Yang retracted his hand quickly. Exiting the space, they saw a massive white snake coiled around a mountain, swallowing the sun and moon while refining the essence of the world. The snake's eyes flickered with life, and just as Lu Yang and Yun Jai landed in its mouth, they slipped down into its belly. As the gastric juices were about to fall, Yun Jai took another step, returning them to the strange space. Following Yun Jai, Lu Yang witnessed bizarre sights: a sea made of lava, a cultivator enduring a heavenly tribulation, and a silent blade wielder carrying a heavy broadsword. These places were entirely new to Lu Yang. He found it hard to believe that such wonders existed in this world. Finally, they returned to their starting point, leaving Lu Yang breathless and shaken. Earlier, I took you to the inner realms of Taoist sect. You can explore them on your own when you have the chance. The Taoist sect was vast and complex. Areas beyond the 9 core mountains were still unknown to Lu Yang. Try casting that spell again. Yun Jai thought this might be different. Facing Yun Jai's expectant gaze, Lu Yang reluctantly cast the spell once more. After a day of practice, Lu Yang finally learned to sense his surroundings underground and how to avoid being stepped on. WHEN Chinese letter Chinese letter Chinese letter Chinese letter. He managed to shrink, but failed to make it smaller. Each attempt at shrinking succeeded in making him smaller, growing increasingly proficient with each try until he could perform the technique without reciting the incantation, as if he had been practicing for months or years. Lu Yang's original intention was to use magic to travel faster. Now that he knew how to cast shrinking, his goal of using it to travel seemed fulfilled. The method was a bit cumbersome, and the speed was slower than expected. Watching Lu Yang playfully change size, Chinese letter 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 Chinese letter. Lu Yang considered spending a few days at the task hall to see if he could find an appropriate mission. Chinese letter 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 Chinese letter. Lu Yang was curious. His strengths in the Taoist sect were not particularly outstanding, and he had no idea what kind of task would suit him, especially one related to the UNKNOW and Chinese letter. He hadn't even learned how to identify all the herbs yet. Go there and find out, Yun Jai said without answering. In Lu Yang's view, the Taoist sect was like a miniature cultivation world where he could seek help with alchemy, weapon forging, or array setting outside his own door. Most of the time, they were self-sufficient. Alchemists needed rare herbs, and the Taoist sect had a huge demand for them, so it couldn't rely solely on external purchases. To solve this problem, the sect had established a vast herb garden to cultivate medicinal plants, and the task hall issued tasks to help with their cultivation. Cultivating herbs required specialized knowledge that Liu Yang lacked. He hadn't even figured out which herbs were in his daily meals yet, let alone how to grow them. From far away, he could smell the pure scent of the herb garden, unlike the potentially poisonous aroma from Danding Peak. The herbs here were truly medicinal, and a mere whiff could extend one's life and keep them healthy. At the entrance to the herb garden lay an old man, his fan covering his face as he dozed in a rocking chair. "Old man, is this the herb garden?" The old man yawned and looked at Liu Yang. "Who are you?" "I'm Liu Yang. You didn't ask my name. Who are you?" "I am the fourth disciple of the sect master, Cloudy Sister's junior disciple." Upon hearing this, the old man suddenly woke up, his agility surpassing Liu Yang's. This was normal in the cultivation world. One couldn't judge someone's abilities or age by appearance. An elderly person and a child could be each other's seniors or juniors. The cultivation world didn't promote respect for elders or care for young ones, since stronger cultivators might exist among both. "Cloudy Sister sent you. Why didn't you say so earlier?" The old man hugged Liu Yang, acting like brothers. "We are all part of the Taoist sect. Just call me Old Ba here. This little plot is mine to decide," he said. Liu Yang suspected that Old Ba was taking advantage of him but had no proof. "Cloudy's sister sent you for what? To pick herbs. How old should they be, 1,000 or two?" Seeing Old Ba's demeanor, Liu Yang couldn't help thinking about the meals Cloudy's sister made. Could she have been picking herbs from the garden to make them? 1,000-year-old herb wasn't like ordinary vegetables. It was quite precious for the Taoist sect. No, no, Cloudy's sister was a thrifty person who wouldn't waste such resources on herself. Liu Yang politely asked. Cloudy's sister said there were tasks in the herb garden that nobody took. "What kind of task is this?" Old Ba suddenly understood. "Do you know how to cultivate herbs?" "I have no idea," Liu Yang admitted. "Let me explain briefly. Cultivating herbs involves many steps, one of which is loosening the soil so the roots can better absorb the earth's energy and interact with it. This step is usually done by a couple of silver ring earthworms. Recently, they had some family issues, leaving no one to work, so I posted a task for them to loosen the soil in the herb garden. This requires ERTH Chinese letter, which many small cultivators know but find too troublesome to take on. That's why Cloudy Sister sent you here. So my job is to imitate earthworms and dig into the ground to loosen the soil of the herb garden," Yunjai said. Liu Yang suspected that Cloudy Sister was playing a trick on him, but he had no proof.